Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show where, after the collision, we sift through
the wreckage.
The wreckage right here on Hummy Media Group and channelattitude.com. After the fact, I am your host, Jimmy T. That is my co-host, the vet, Jamie Williams. And vet, just like Cold Blooded said in the chat, straight off the bat, oh, hey, there you go. Shut up, bitches. It's Okada's in the house. Which, unfortunately for us, vet, we had no Okada in our house. Well, he's in your house, but not mine. But you get my drift. But I'm happy that you got it, man. It came pretty quick, too, actually. 2 weeks.
Yeah, not too bad.
Right.
Not too bad.
But it should
Way
be
to
quicker,
go,
Tony.
Bucks' wife.
Wait, did she get fired?
Who knows?
Well, anyway, I just want to quickly touch on something before we get into that more. As Cold Blooded said in the chat, he says, I think the wreckage could be used to describe the entire day yesterday. And I'm sure I know what he's meaning. Did you see that Trump mess, dude? What the hell was going on there?
I saw everything except the thing.
Yeah,
I've seen everybody in the world commenting on it, and I didn't watch anything, like any footage, anything.
Well, if you tuned into the Smack Attack yesterday, as a matter of fact, I played it. I played the actual video of what happened because it was breaking news to me. Jeff Lippman was the one that told me about it. As soon as we went on the air, I'm like, what? And then, yeah, I had to see it for myself. But that's crazy. I'm hearing it was a teleprompter that blew up. I'm hearing guns. What the hell happened? What's going on? What is the real deal? Do you know? Because I don't even know at this point.
Nobody knows. They're all pretending to know.
It just feels like a big work to me, man. Like, you know what I mean? For the sympathy card. It is what it is. Who knows what the hell's going on? But at least he's not dead. You know what I mean? So
hey,
whether you like him or hate him. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Trump or politics. We're here to talk about another wreckage in AEW Collision. But before we do that, let's talk about one news tidbit which got me and caught me right off guard. And that is Stephanie Vaquer signing for WWE.
Jimmy
oh, sorry.
Vaquer. Right.
Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer.
It's not Vaquer. It's not.
I didn't say
liqueur, like liqueur.
I like the alcohol.
Vaquer.
It's Vaquer. That's right. Dude, that shocked me. I'm not gonna lie. That really shocked me. But there's more to that story though about her signing with WWE. It's not just the fact that she was on Forbidden Door and then she went off to bigger and better things, but also I think she wanted to get away from her ex-husband, dude, shall we say.
Mm-hmm. Or whatever it was. I don't know if they were married, but...
Oh, whatever the case, man.
Definitely, yeah, he's still in jail, I guess, for...
Good.
Whatever he did or didn't do.
Well,
depending
allegedly.
on whose side of the story you believe.
Right.
I find it weird that that she would fabricate a story when it could be so dangerous for her. Like if she
Absolutely.
it's already dangerous even if it's true, right? But imagine you're lying about it. I mean, things are different down there. So it's a big gamble to take. That's the only reason that I would tend to believe her. It's not because I'm a mark for her or anything like that. But as I said before, in a couple different places, I heard about this story before I even knew who she was, really.
Really?
I didn't have a name. I didn't have a face to the name at the time that I heard of this story, right? And in fact, I don't even know if, when I originally heard about this, that her name was brought up. I just heard, offhanded conversations about a female wrestler who got somebody put in prison for choking her or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. File that away for later. And then, come to find out, it's my hero. It's my hero, Stephanie. I can't believe this. So
not Masahiro Chono?
No, my hero.
Oh,
Stephanie.
damn.
And apparently WWE's hero, because they were like, hey, let's bring her in. So there's a lot of questions about how the transaction went down, because she had appearances She was supposed to be on Fantasticamania and maybe drop a belt there and, some other stuff. And in
Bad
the
business,
past,
man.
huh?
She's doing bad business the way she took off like that without actually dropping the belt.
Well, here's the thing. Normally in the past WWE, like, which really just means Vince. It's either Vince regime or post Vince, right? But
Right.
in the past, when they would want to bring somebody in, it would be like a test to ask them if they had any obligations, and like if they said yes, I have these obligations I need to fulfill, then that was like you passed the test because they knew that you were loyal and you could be counted on and you did business the right way and all these other things, right? So I don't know if that's still a thing, like with the WWE, or if they made a special case where, let's just say, for example, now I don't know anything, right? This is all speculation. We don't know. Trademark Disco Inferno. But let's say, for the sake of argument, she had conversations with people. I don't know who in the WWE she might have been talking to. Who knows? But perhaps they could have advised her. Like she said, I have this booking, this one more booking. And they may have said, let's get you out of that booking. Like perhaps due to the situation that she's in Mexico. Like she wants to get out as soon as possible. It's dangerous. So they say, okay, forget that booking. I know it's it's unfortunate. It's bad business, but you're basically betting on yourself at that point because now you've burned bridges, right? If WWE doesn't work out, now you're not going to go back to either of those places. At least, I mean, there's other places to work in the world, but New Japan and CMLL are done. And when people see you do that, they generally tend to not want to do business with you going forward. But then again, if the WWE is the one that's telling you, yeah, drop your commitments, you kind of want to do what they would advise you to do. If they would have advised her to finish your booking, she would have done that, I'm sure. So I don't think I would guess she didn't do anything out of pocket. I would say she was advised to do what she did by somebody. I think that's what really happened here. So
Seems
even
like
though it left a bad taste in, those two companies' mouths, I don't think it was done necessarily as just a middle finger to them. I think it was probably more to do with her existing situation than they were like, let's just get you in here. And funny enough, she was on a show last night.
I was just going to bring that up. Right. Yeah.
Right?
The WWE
you want to go
show.
right to that, Jimmy?
Let's go right to it. As a matter of fact, because I'm looking at it right now, and she did make her official WWE in-ring debut for WWE yesterday. And here's a little reel. Well, I'm looking at a reel. Unfortunately, not everyone else can see it. But she defeated Isla Dawn, which is kind of surprising in a way that they put her over. I know it's only a house show, but still, I mean, it's a big deal. I feel like, right, exactly. I feel like, I don't know why I get this impression, but I feel like WWE is really going to push her, man. I get that impression.
Yeah, I mean, they just brought her right in. She looked like herself. She had her name. Yep. I would say go with it. Even if you put her in NXT first, I'd just say leave her as is. Obviously, that's what you wanted when you looked at her. So don't change a thing. That's my advice to WWE now. I've given you my opinion on her. Now, to the WWE, I say don't change a thing. Just leave her how she is. Teach her what you need to teach her, but leave everything else the same. Cold-Blooded says she looks like a star just walking backstage in that little WWE reel, which is true.
Yeah, man, for real.
And she always has and always does look. Anytime you see her, she doesn't look like a bum. She looks like somebody important. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, and Isla Dawn is funny enough for people that watch, the Next Level Wrestling Review. They may remember this, but a long time ago, when she was still in NXT UK, and that was still a thing, NXT had this redhead named Sloane Jacobs, aka Notorious Mimi, and she was just this milk complected redhead white girl that was just so bland, no promo, no kind of real physique or looks or wrestling skill or anything, and she was just there. And I was just like, if you want a pale redhead, just bring Isla Dawn over from NXT UK. At least she's got the foreign flavor to her, and she's pretty, and she can kind of go in the ring. Get rid of this bum. And they eventually did exactly what I said. They released Sloane Jacobs. They brought over Isla Dawn. It's almost like WWE has, taps on my shows and other things. Cause when I recommend somebody, yeah. So for all the WWE agents listening, Oscar Loibe. Remember that name, guys.
Who's that? By the way, I don't even know who that is.
Oscar Loibe is this giant German kid that went through he was like a young lion, and he's on excursion now in New Japan.
Oh, okay. Is he,
This kid's good.
Okay, good. Interesting. How long has he been in New Japan for?
Imagine a German Hikuleo, but good.
When you said the good part, I was relieved, because the second you mentioned Hikuleo, I was like, wait a minute. You trolling me now?
Good. He's so good. He's coordinated. He could sell his ass off. He can fire up. He could probably work babyface or heel. He's got that intensity. He's got everything. He's got everything. I say sign this kid. I mean, he'll be in New Japan for a while. They'd be stupid to let him go. But if the WWE's serious, like, it's like a tailor-made program for Walter already. Like, whether he brings him in as a protege that turns babyface on him, or whether he just comes in to challenge him, like, whatever it is, they can do a lot of things with that kid. But he's a superstar in the making. So just remember, mark that name down, Oscar Loibe.
Oh, interesting. Sonic the Hedgerat's in the house saying, I missed Smack Attack last night, but good to see you, Jimmy. Yeah, sorry, man. Unfortunately, Smack Attack's already taken off YouTube literally within hours, so it can be on channelattitude.com. Unfortunately, $5. Sonic, if you want to catch the show between me and Dr. Jeff Littman yesterday while John was on assignment in upstate New York, which is funny enough. He seemed like him and Triple D finally met, Vet. So
nice.
Yeah,
I saw some
nice.
donuts. That's
I'd love a donut right now. God damn. Yeah. But anyway,
so yeah, you want to put over Stephanie anymore? We could put over Stephanie for like another 45 minutes, and then we could go into the.
I was going to say what she said in her speech, but obviously translated from Spanish to English. Mm-hmm. And all she stated was that she was living her dream and was honored to be part of the WWE family. Isn't that nice? Like, aww.
I think she means it. It's very interesting last 10 days, because we go from me and you on the show, right? On this show, Wreckage, right?
A week ago.
And I gave the S grade, S for Stephanie, right?
Yeah.
Then later that night, she has the Forbidden Door match. And then I see news things saying people are impressed with her Forbidden Door match. I'm like, welcome to Earth. Then within the next couple days, she's like, like a week later after the Forbidden Door match, I see, a press release that, like a joint press release that she walked out of New Japan and CMLL and forfeited her championships. Then I see a long Twitter thread of her in Spanish telling the story about how when she was a little girl and the WWE came to Chile, that she went door to door selling hot dogs that she had made or whatever to save up enough money to buy a ticket. And then by the time she had enough money to buy the one ticket, the show was already sold out or whatever, and she couldn't go. And then they opened up another show, and then her sister got tickets and took her to the show, and she wanted to meet her hero Rey Mysterio, and then she went to the show, and then somehow they got backstage and Rey Mysterio met her, and he was just like, "Oh, you're the girl that sold hot dogs, huh?" or something, whatever Rey Mysterio said. And but that was all in her Twitter thread. It was like a long ass Twitter thread of her telling about how much she loved Rey Mysterio and how hard she worked just to go to buy a ticket to see him when she was a very, very young lady. And, and look at her now.
Unbelievable. And congratulations to her, man. Regardless of the circumstances, it is what it is. And I'm happy for her, man. But do you think this sort of burns the AEW bridge also up for her in the future if she was to leave WWE? Say,
Yes, but I think if she was concerned about that, then
she wouldn't have done it.
she wouldn't have she wouldn't have done it.
Right, I agree. Anyway, I think she made the right move.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The AEW bridge, is that really burned? Because
that's what I'm asking. I'm not sure.
She did walk out on New Japan and CMLL, but she dropped the New Japan belt to Mercedes. So she did that business, and she did that on AEW. So, like, as far as AEW is concerned, she did right by them. The only thing that would be a problem is CMLL. She kind of screwed CMLL over. And I saw Willow Nightingale on that show, but I think she had a match with Uvia, I guess. Is that who it was supposed to be? Whatever. She was going to drop the belt to some damn buddy. And so, yeah, she kind of robbed that person. But again, it seems very unlike a wrestler to just ghost like that and just jet. So I assume there were extenuating circumstances, like I said, and she was probably advised by the WWE to do that for whatever reason. And again, I would suspect, I could be wrong on everything, but I would suspect that it's not just to mess with them. It's just because of, like I said, the prior circumstances, the prior situation.
Right. It's no. I don't think they're doing that to mess with them or whatever. And yeah, you're 100% you're correct. I think it would have been Triple H, really. I'm not saying that's true, but it feels like something Triple H would have advised to Stephanie. You know what I mean? It just seems that way.
Triple H he's an old school, so he would have said, honor your booking. So
100%.
if he's saying don't honor your booking, there's got to be some other reason behind it.
Well, I'm hearing her ex, whatever he is to her, is like, involved with the cartels as well. I'm hearing more stories about some of these Mexican wrestlers that are literally linked with cartels.
Right.
If I were her, I'd get the fuck out. You know what I mean? And she made the right move.
And here she is in Mexico now, but still. Like, I'm sure WWE security is much better than...
Trust me, WWE, they're like, they can protect anybody, put it that way, if they want to, you know what I mean? So they got connections with governments all over the world too. So they're all right. They're clicked up, shall we say. But anyway, there's more controversy, by the way. And I know it's been all over Hamin Media Group, including our very own boss man in Bin Hamin, Yalla, talking about it. Have you heard about, Crowbar, right? Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't ever realize this, but have you noticed with Deanna Purrazzo and Timeless Tony Storm, seems like borrowed a lot of his gimmick, who was calling himself Timeless, as a matter of fact, before Tony Storm. And Deanna Purrazzo, on the other hand, if you saw her vignette this past Wednesday, with the wine glass and the old school sort of music. If you look at Crowbar's presentation, it is damn similar. I feel kind of...
Where?
Yeah.
Where would I have seen Crowbar's presentation of it?
Well, on Twitter. You have to go to his
Obviously,
page,
he's not Crowbar, right?
No, he is. He's still Crowbar.
Wait, his name is still Crowbar, and he's doing a gimmick where he has wine and...
Actually, I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you. This wouldn't... I'm sure he'd appreciate it because... he's a good friend of Hamin Media Group. So I'll just get it on the Twitter first, and then I'll show everybody. And then I want everybody to be the judge. Now, Bin thinks, he's copied 100%. I don't know. Sometimes it's, I don't believe in coincidences personally, right? Just like what you said about, promotions taking your ideas or listening to you, what you said, and then things happen. It's no coincidence that it's happened way more than once. And I've been there to witness it myself. You know what I mean? I don't believe in freaking coincidences. But I don't know. Like I said, let me just get it up and I'll show you. Just so there he is. Crowbar. And okay, now I'll put it up. I'll just share it. Let me just go back to here. I'm actually very interested to see what you think. I think there's a lot of similarities, but let me just share the screen. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised you haven't. Because usually you're into it. His name is
Crowbar, though.
Crowbar, yeah. I kid you not. It's Crowbar.
Guys named Crowbar don't drink glasses of wine.
Well, Well, that's changed now, Vet.
Oh,
I'll show you.
does he still
Well,
have
here
the
he
ripped
is.
jeans? I mean,
Sometimes, but you can see him right here, right? You see the page?
yeah.
All right, let me play something. Here we go. This is it.
Okay. And we're seeing, who's that dude? Is that AJ Francis? One of the boys? Okay, so is this is this like a is this a highlight reel that he made so that is he
Yeah,
sending
but you
this
know
around
what?
to try to get a job or what?
I assume so, but this is I played the wrong video. That's the really the comparison. But it's this video that I really wanted you to see, but it goes for 3 minutes and 51 seconds. But
All right, we
basically,
ain't
he
got
shits
time
on
for all that.
AEW. No, I'm not doing that. Is it stop sharing, by the way? Yep. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Okay.
Basically, he apologizes to AEW, but in a sense where he's shitting on him for taking his gimmick and blah blah blah, and including Deanna Purrazzo and Tony Storm and whatnot. Now, I don't know, Vet, like, do you think there's some similarities? Sure, with the music and the wine, I get it, right? But do you really think there's some sort of gimmick infringement going on here?
Uh, well,
I know it's a hard one, but be honest. I want you to be honest. I mean,
well,
this is the show where honesty prevails. Let's be honest, all right? So,
what what's what it's not the hard part is not being honest. It's just like I don't, I don't want to I don't want to disparage anybody for thinking what they think. If he
no,
feels like that was if he feels like what she's doing is directly because of what he did, which I don't know when those things are from, like when they were posted or whatever.
that was posted over a year ago. That's pinned
Over
on
a
his.
year ago, but that's
Yeah,
it.
over a
Just
year ago.
around like a year.
I'll tell you the exact year, actually, just to be
You
sure.
don't need to. I just need to know that it hasn't been as long as she's been calling herself the virtuosa.
Oh no,
Deanna
yeah, I don't
Purrazzo's been
think.
the virtuosa since she had an NXT run.
Well, this is 2021. He's not talking about that. He's more talking about timeless. How timeless Tony Storm calls himself
Well,
timeless.
but she's not doing that either. Timeless is just a word. She's doing a movie star gimmick. Is he doing a movie star gimmick?
Not exactly. No.
Okay, is it okay? So if him having classical music and holding a goblet of wine is an entire gimmick, then is he ripping off Damian Sandow? I
You're onto something. I mean, that's a good point.
I'm just saying, like, there are many people in pro wrestling who have tried something similar where they're like a classy person. Was like Damian Sandow ripping off Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Was so like you could keep going to people holding glasses of wine. You can go back
Or the
decades
genius.
and decades. Yes, like I don't know. I don't think Deanna has consciously ripped off Crowbar. No. Did somebody that's producing her vignette see Crowbar's video recently on Twitter or something and said, "Hey, why don't we do like a little thing with some wine and some music, whatever?" But like yeah, maybe that person, and then maybe she didn't even, you know, I don't even know if she came up with the promo she said.
Right. Well, he was
So like,
blaming the booking committee more so than say Diana, but you know.
right. So yeah, maybe did somebody else rip him off? Yes. Did she rip him off? No. She's been the virtuoso longer than he's had this video up. And so if they're just trying to come up with things that like accentuate her vision of the character, then if they took something from him, or I don't think it would be like, let's rip off Crowbar. I think it would be like, if anything, they saw it and subconsciously it triggered that idea, like, oh yeah, we could do a little something like this or whatever. This looked more like I mean, with these little anonymous looking ball gown masks, looks more like some Eyes Wide Shut stuff
True.
than,
Actually, absolutely does. No, you're right. It's a good point.
so it's like everybody's taking ideas from places. And one of the things, and I'll drop Deanna's name and I'll drop Crowbar out of this entirely and just say that, just talking about wrestling in general, wrestlers have always taken like things that other people do and take it way too dramatic and way too far of accusing them of shit. Like, and sometimes they're right to be paranoid and sometimes they're wrong to be paranoid. And it happens often enough in wrestling that you have to at least consider it. But you know, when I joke and say stuff like the Shield ripped me off or whatever, like,
well,
it's partially,
there's something to that
it's
too.
it's like 98% a joke.
I know, but is it really? Yeah, I'm telling you.
Right? There's that 2% that makes you wonder. But I'm not seriously like, I'm not sitting over here like, God, if I could have been the Shield. I'm not saying that. And I'm not accusing them, those three guys, of doing what I did, because they did.
It wasn't them, right?
But all I'm saying is this happens a lot. And I would just say that all things considered, it's different enough, you know. Nobody has a trademark on a glass of wine, basically.
On a glass of wine. No, I'm glad you said that, because Ben feels totally the opposite. If you check out the Friday Locker Room with himself and Matthew Schaefer Gage, he went on a rant about it. And look, that's his opinion, obviously. And just because we're all on the same platform doesn't mean we all have to agree with what he says. But he was pretty passionate about it. And look, like you said, I'm going to lean towards what you said. It's more than likely someone saw it passing by, or, you know, they thought, Crowbar, no one remembers Crowbar, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure no one's going to pay attention to anyone ripping a gimmick. But to be fair to Crowbar, a lot of his fans or followers, whatever you want to call them, have retweeted him over and over again, showing how Deonna Purrazzo took his gimmick. And I mean thousands of it. If you go on his page, there's so many, man. And, you know, people are up causing a stink up about it. It is what it is. But like you said, in pro wrestling, everyone's ripped off, you know, from someone just about. Hogan was, you know, a little, you know, tweaked version of superstar Billy Graham, for example, right? I mean, same shit, essentially. G-Ball wants to ask, when was the last time you guys had a glass of wine? Never. I hate wine. God
damn. I don't drink wine. What am I, some soccer mom?
Yeah, only bitches
getting
drink
a box
that shit.
Of Franzia for the weekend.
I don't know how people think that shit is cool, but anyway, it's so not cool for me. But anywho, yeah, look, I think it's being blown out of proportion, whatever. I wouldn't be as bitter about it. If anything, I don't know, man. I just think it's taken a little too far. And if you...
Well, Ben does get very passionate about things, and he goes off on some tangents and some things, and let's just say I'm glad he's on my side.
Oh, absolutely. We love Ben, man. Absolutely, man. I'm glad he's on our side too, man. I mean, he's got our back. Don't worry about that. Cold Blooded says, I only drank it once and spat it out cartoon style. I'm glad you did. Yeah, that shit's not for me, man. It's disgusting to me. But the Artist Return says, that's gimmick infringement, saves everyone in the business.
True.
It is.
I remember that little scene in Beyond the Mat where they're watching Tony Jones and Mike Modest match backstage, and he's like, I'm stealing
Mike
that.
Modest.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
watching a move that he did, like, I'm stealing that. Like,
I mean, come on, man.
But
Oh man.
but yeah, I'm
True,
just
man.
saying, like, it's a thing, and you know, but here's another thing that wrestlers say amongst each other. Okay, like even if you did take my idea, who did it on TV first? That's what wrestlers say to each other, bro. They're like,
You actually did it on TV first.
yeah, I'm saying, so like,
I'm talking about with the
so like,
Shield.
well, yeah, well, whatever about that, but I'm just saying, like, if these are things that um if these are things from Ring of Honor, if the whole thing is from Ring of Honor, or is he doing new stuff with clips of Ring of Honor? I don't know.
He has been in AEW, which I didn't recall seeing, but he's been in AEW about 3-4 times. Those Ring of Honor clips
No
were
wine though.
from not that. Well, I never remember him for some reason on AEW, so I didn't even realize. But I think they were old clips from his old Ring of Honor days. It looked like the past regime, not the TK regime.
Well, that's what
obviously.
I'm saying. Like the wrestling clips, but like the part with all the the classiness and all that.
Yeah,
other
that's
stuff.
his gimmick right now, moving forward. I would change his name, though.
I would like to say this to Crowbar. I don't like that for you.
I mean, because his name's Crowbar,
that doesn't fit
and he's a
Crowbar.
hardcore
Crowbar
guy.
should be,
Right.
if you're going to do something like that, it should be a whole new thing. But you have to be called Crowbar because that's what you've always been, and that's how people know you. So that's how you get bookings. But I don't know if Crowbar, the character, would necessarily be the classy guy unless you're trying to evolve him. But I don't know. That's just my personal opinion.
That to me, that's a little weird too. I'm not gonna lie, but it is. Maybe he should call himself Sir Crowbar or something like that. If you're gonna keep the Crowbar gimmick, right? At least sort of make it match what he's doing. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he's not, because I haven't really looked into the gimmick properly to actually know. I'm just saying if it is like that, I would say Sir Crowbar. Crowbar, Sir Crowbar, some shit like that.
Sir Crow of Bar.
All that, Sir Crow of Bar, or Sir Bar.
Mm-hmm.
Take the crow party. I don't know. Do something. You know what I mean? But maybe he has for But
he could have like a fancy walking cane or something, but like a crowbar.
Yeah,
like a golden.
That's
crowbar
cool.
Or
I like it, like an actual golden crowbar. But yeah, no, that's a great idea. Gam Wolfer says Raven Bar. Now that sounds like a damn bar, literally. Like Raven.
That sounds like an offshoot of Raven's Joint.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Shout out to Raven's Joint. As a matter of fact.
How about dispensaries and distilleries? What about that?
Perfect indeed. Yeah. So go and check out Raven's Joint for anyone that's into that.
Mm-hmm.
Just quietly, and then say hi to Bin from us. Mm-hmm. Gam also says Dark Bird Bar. I don't know why the bird, because of Raven.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, let's move on from that. It is what it is. Go check it out yourselves. If you agree,
hey, support them both. Know.
Absolutely. Support them both. Though, sticking with the AEW stuff, we've got some updates about Kenny Omega and his diverticulitis injury. Apparently, Dave Meltzer reported in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter that there have been no new updates. God. From his sources.
Next.
I didn't expect that, bro. I saw the headline. There was an update, and the update is no update. Who fucking posts this shit, bro? I mean, come on. Really?
Who did post it? Let's call them out. Let's call them out as frauds right here live. Who posted
All right. Who posted this? It was Steve C. from tpww.net. Yeah. Steve eat a dick. Straight up.
Everybody don't support Steve C.
Whoever that is. And why even say it? I mean, it's so dumb. But anyway, anything else of anything of significance? Whoa, CJ Perry announces her departure from AEW, by the way.
Oh, by the way, yeah, she's departed a long time ago, so this just makes it official.
This just makes it official. And also Ric Flair reportedly done with AEW and Woo energy drink. And I wonder what.
He's done with his own energy drink?
Well, let's be real here, Vet. If he was a smart businessman, and clearly he hasn't been for all these years, right? Why the fuck would you bring out an energy drink, really? In a saturated, like, market, let's put it that way.
Pun
That was a
intended.
bad business move. Pun intended. I mean,
Mm.
would you do that if you had money, right?
Energy drink or mushroom elixir?
Eesh, I don't know, bro. But either way, honestly, I know, vet, you're not an idiot, right? That's why you're the vet, obviously.
I guess not. Yeah.
Right, you're not.
I knew about
But
Stephanie anyway.
there you go. See, there. I'm just saying though. Now, if you had a certain amount of money, right?
Hmm.
Just say, and you put all your eggs in the basket on a fucking energy drink in 2024, would you really make that move? Would you do that? I know I wouldn't.
Well, no.
Exactly.
But I mean, I don't know if that's what if he put all his eggs in in that basket or whatever. But there comes a point of self-awareness when you have to have a certain amount of shame, and you have to know when
Shame.
things are going to look sad. So
Right.
like, if you're trying to do something and you're Ric Flair, when it comes to pro wrestling, you're at a certain level of prestige. Whoever you work with has to be at least at that level of prestige in whatever their chosen field is. So if somebody, you know, makes a deal with you to put your face on an energy drink, and you don't know who this company is or who these people are, then that's just going to be very sad. It's going to make you look sad, and it's going to make you look small time, you know? And when
Oh,
you're at a
agree.
local grocery store doing signings for your, your energy drink debut,
See what I mean?
if anything that has to do with you making a personal appearance at a local grocery store, like that's when you
Woo.
already know you're finished, you're cooked, it's over. Um, so you should
Someone would
just
have recommended
realize
it too.
like it's
Right.
sad, you know?
Fire your whole marketing team, Rick. Just saying, whoever gave you that idea of doing that shit. I mean, isn't your daughter married to what's his name?
Conrad
God,
Thompson.
what? Conrad Thompson.
Yeah.
You would have thought he would
I
have given him
blame
good
Conrad. Why
advice.
would Conrad
Right.
allow this?
That's
You
what I'm
know?
saying. That's weird, dude.
You have to
But
take care of your father-in-law, Conrad. You cannot do things like put on a last match or allow him to sign with the energy drink or a buffalo wing company or any of the other embarrassing gimmicks that he's been doing. Like,
oh yeah, the buffalo wings. I forgot about those, dude.
yeah,
That didn't last
just
long at all.
no, just
Damn.
yeah, it's sad. It's just sad. That's all.
Dan Wolfers though hit the nail in the coffin right here by saying coming soon, Woo coin.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine even Ric Flair falling for that, but never
Wow.
say never.
It's Ric Flair though, man. Like Sonic also says, unfortunately they are basically just weakening at Bernie's or Bernie'sing him in Ric Flair. And Jose Luis Rivera, who I always thought was a doctor, but he's a butcher. See that? He's actually a butcher. Saying Ric Flair was mad at AEW because he wanted to market these other woo properties, like his woo fleshlight.
What is a Ric
Man.
Flair fleshlight? Is that like
I have no idea.
is that like a mold of his anus or like what? How does that work?
I'm sure he's fucking around here, right? I'm sure it doesn't exist, but
Right.
still, you know what I mean? Who knows? I'm scared though to click on this update here, Vet, about Jamie Hayter's shoulder injury update. That's the headline. Do I click on it? Do you think, or is it gonna just troll me
No update.
at this point?
No
No,
update on her shoulder.
that's what I'm
Who
scared
cares about
of, dude.
Jamie Hayter's shoulder? She's
Well,
back when
apparently
she's back. That's when
Well-
that's the only time we need to care, when she comes actually back.
Well, apparently she was at Dynamite this past week, so I don't know
Oh,
if that means anything.
nice.
If that means she's going to be back real soon. But what's with AEW and their wrestlers' injuries? Have you noticed it takes them a lot longer to get over their injuries? It feels like, dude. I mean, once
Oh,
they're
man.
injured, they're gone for like over a year, dude. Like, what's going on?
That's what's called guaranteed money, Jimmy. Hey, speaking
I'm
of
still hurt.
injuries, speaking of
Yeah.
injuries, this is how little we pay attention to these matches on Collision sometimes. Rio broke her arm
What?
on that dive
What?
last week, and we didn't even catch it.
No.
Yeah, she
Really?
finished the match, you know.
She's a tough little cookie then, bro.
Yeah, Rio's tough. I'll give her that. She takes a hell of a beating, and she's a pro. She's not the best, but she's tough, and I think that's why people kind of get behind her a little bit. But yeah, apparently when she went to go dive, and Lady Frost wasn't there, and it's kind of both their faults because one, Lady Frost wasn't in position, but at the same time, Rio should have just waited on the dive if she wasn't
I
in
know, but
position.
it looks
So.
bad though when you sit there waiting at the same time.
I didn't even watch it back, and I didn't even notice when it happened because who pays attention to a dive in 2024? It happens so often. It's like, you know.
Well,
so I didn't notice, but you know that's what I've been hearing all week, that she broke her arm in that match, and we were talking about like a, you know, Canada Spaceman brought up like a dragon suplex or something and whatever, but actually
he
that's
did
what
mention
happened, so.
he mentioned that she got hurt. Actually, I'll give credit to Canada Spaceman,
But he didn't know how she got hurt.
No,
in fact, he might have been saying Lady Frost got hurt or something, or whoever.
I remember him saying something like that. I don't know which and who though.
It wasn't a he certainly didn't call it a broken arm. Which
no, he didn't.
Apparently that's what
true.
happened. So
that's true. But
so we'll see how long Rio's out, how long her road to recovery will be.
2 years plus, at least. I mean, seriously, that's what it feels like when it comes to this company. But hey, say what you will about Rio. Yes, she's small. I don't know if last week live, Vet, or was it taped?
It might have been taped.
If it was taped, then they must have edited the part where she might have got hurt.
They could have.
Hence why we never noticed. Because that's something we would have picked up on, dude, for sure.
You would think, but
yeah, no. I think last week was taped, just like this week's one was also. They were doing it right after Dynamite. And speaking of Collision, that's really the news, Vet. There hasn't been any other significant news, bro, other than this, Vakir, the Stephanie Vakir signing with WWE. Other than that, it's been a quiet week in the world of professional wrestling.
Yeah, I'm sure we're forgetting probably something major, but that's fine. We'll just soldier on. Maybe the chat can remind us if we missed anything.
I'm still looking. There is absolutely nothing going on. Oh, well, actually, I will ask you one more question, though. What do you think of the Mariah May turn with Timeless Tony Storm? Do you think that was too soon?
I'm against all turns in professional wrestling.
Oh, really?
Everybody needs to just stay their character for like 5 years because we've done too many turns. So now it's time to do no turns. The entire industry-wide, it's a mandate. We can all come together like the National Wrestling Alliance. Each promotion can agree no turns.
No turns, no left turns, no right turns, no turns at all. And speaking of that, I asked you this last week, and now I'm going to ask you this again because I feel like this is still an issue. We still don't have really any top baby faces. When I say top, there's one, there's two maybe, if that. But they need to build more baby faces instead of turning everybody heel, man. We've got another heel now in Mariah May. But is this the part now where Toni Storm becomes herself again and she ditches this Timeless character?
I don't know.
I mean, this is a good
exciting answer, but
no, I know, and I don't really care if she does, or doesn't. But if anything, I feel like this is the right time to do it if you're going to do this angle.
Yeah, I just see. For me, I just feel like they would see this as an opportunity for her to get even more dramatic and ridiculous, and like completely, downplay the entire reality of the thing because there's nothing believable about any of it, and there never was. And so that's why if it's an angle that I thought sucked from the start, then wherever they go with it, when people ask me booking questions, like, what would you do here? Or what do you think about this or whatever? Like, I don't care because I never cared. So if they were taking this shit seriously for a change, then I could give you a more in-depth answer. But since the whole thing is trash, I don't care to comment on any of it. Who cares if Mariah May turned? Who cares if she doesn't turn? Who cares if they remain friends forever? Who cares if they fight till the end of their careers? Like, the whole thing is phony, so meh.
You know what? I will say one thing about Tony Storm. She made that scene look so much better, especially when she kind of sucked up her own blood towards the end and then spat it out. The image was actually quite good. I watched Dynamite for the first time this week, actually, since April, believe it or not. So, you know what I mean? I thought, fuck it. Maybe. Maybe. Anyway, but, one more thing. Apparently the potential identity of this hologram vignette that we saw last week. Remember that? Where we think it's Sammy Guevara?
I already know about this, but I thought we were going to talk about it during the course of the show.
Okay, actually, we'll do that. Let's not even go there. We'll wait till we get to that point and we'll talk about it there. But I think that's about it. So let's actually get into the wreckage portion of this show because, like I said, unless there's something we're missing, chat, please let us know because I'm pretty sure we've covered all the main stuff of the last week because it has been quiet.
This is going to be the fastest wreckage ever.
It could be. I'm not hating on that either. Just quietly.
Yeah. We're not. We're about getting people out of here in a timely, orderly fashion. We're starting off with Takeshita versus the Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington. No, not that one.
Yeah, that's what goes through my mind.
Yeah, it's that other one. These guys had a match, because since it's obviously they need a Japanese guy to wrestle a Dynamite Kid. You can't just have him wrestle a non-Japanese guy. So here comes Takeshita. What do you think?
You know what, dude? I enjoyed this match. Clearly, they see a lot in Tommy Billington 2.0. Because if I was them, I'd sign the kid straight up. I mean, he looked great. He can go. Except anything that took me out of the match, though, and it's just a little gripe, but Takeshi looks so much friggin' bigger than Mr. Tommy Billington, and I felt like maybe the match went a little too long. Takeshi should have won a bit more emphatically, in my opinion. But no, we had a pretty much a 50-50 type of match. I mean, it was all the way through, and Takeshi nevertheless does get the win, right? So, but please continue on because it's post match.
One of the dozen or so wrestlers that wins with a knee thing.
Yeah, 100 wrestlers. Everyone loves Daniel Bryan these days, or Bryan Danielson. Sorry.
Yeah, I sure do. So, anyway, talking about signing, Don Callis tries to sign Mr. Billington. He invites him into the family, and then he shakes his hand. He shakes Don Callis's hand, and then says, kiss my arse or whatever. Like,
dude,
why do you shake a hand of somebody that you're about to insult? This doesn't make sense. I know what they thought they were doing, but they're just bad at it. Like,
extremely bad at it.
Yeah, don't shake a hand of a guy.
I didn't expect such a deep voice to come out of such a little guy. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect kiss my ass. The way he said that, I was like, whoa, where'd that come from? You know what I mean? I mean, he's got a real deep British accent. But just doesn't suit him though, because he sounds a lot older than what he is and looks.
Like Darkside Cash says, a gentleman's insult. My good man, kiss my ass.
He should have his hand behind him, like Regal would, and do the
exactly.
that British style, whatever the fuck it is. But
right.
I like the
he's
kid.
Definitely more. He's definitely more soccer hooligan than blue blood royalty, but.
100% soccer hooligan.
This gets him a beat down. This display of disrespect earns him a severe beat down. And then Kyle O'Reilly comes out, Kyle Fletcher, excuse me, wrong Kyle. I just wrote down Kyle.
Fletcher,
Kyle.
Right,
so
yeah.
Kyle Fletcher comes out, who he is no longer, by the way, the Ring of Honor Television Champion.
No, he lost it. Not that anyone knows, all would know.
Yeah.
But he did drop it, and I forgot to who.
The great Atlantis Jr.
What, from Mexico?
See.
Let's see. Okay, well, there you go.
Atlantis
the great Atlantis. Even though he's got a Greek gimmick, but he's Mexican. I'm just saying.
That's fine.
I'm just throwing it out there. But cool. Does anyone care? Probably not.
Right. So anyway, that's just 10 pounds extra that he lost that he doesn't have to carry around anymore. And then So then as they're beating the shit out of this kid, who makes the save? But top guys are back, Jimmy. Top guys are back.
Not just top. Not just top, though, Vet.
I guess Axe the Axe Axon got his back. He's medically cleared now. You know,
he's not the Axe anymore. He better be careful. Nope. I think his teammate is the real
Axon.
The big back. Say that again. What was it?
Back the back Baxon.
Back the back Baxon, looking back bigger than ever. I mean, dude, did he just hit a friggin' B12 cycle within the last week? I mean, come on. He grew tenfold within a couple of weeks. He didn't look like that. His head looks different, bro. Even side on. For a minute, you could look at him and think, that's not him. That's someone else playing him. I'm telling you, that's how much he's changed.
Well, he's a top guy, so that's what you got to do in this business.
you got to freaking hit it, man. If you don't hit it, you get nowhere. I mean, that's probably how they feel, though. Funny enough. Yeah, it is what it is.
Hey, they're locked in. They'll be here for a while. So
top guys out.
Right, top guys. Owen finals of the women recap. So we crowned a. We already talked about a little bit. Mariah May won the Owen tournament, and then she turned on Toni Storm there. So they cover all that in a quick little package there. And then we get the Bang Bang Gang versus Michael Allen, Richard Clark. That's one guy, by the way. Have you ever heard people say the saying, never trust a guy with two first names? Well, yeah. This guy has 4 first names. So what does that mean? Does that mean he's 2 times as untrustworthy, or does that mean that it cancels each other out? Like, 2 negatives make a positive. So it's like, you can trust him if he has 4 first names. I don't know.
He's a dirty rat. Bit straight
I'm
up.
not sure. But anyway, yeah, it's Michael Allen, Richard Clark, Sean Moore, and it's Lightning something. I didn't really get Lightning Kid. It was Sean Waltman. Sean Moore and Sean.
It was.
Waltman. Yeah, that's who it was. That's right. He came out of retirement. He can still go.
He can still go.
Right. So anyway, yeah, this is the Jay Whiteless version of the BBG. So right off the bat, I'm upset. But
is he hurt? Because they alluded like he was hurt, dude.
They said it might be an injury angle, though. I don't like just an angle. But
I don't like it when the Bang Bang Gang is not with their leader in Jay White. I'm assuming that's their leader. Are they even Bullet Club Gold anymore? Because I feel like now that they came up with that name, they don't say it anymore because they probably felt like, you know what, that's an even better name than Bullet Club in their eyes. Hey, and I'm not mad at it. I like the name. Bang Bang Gang suits them. You know what I mean? But technically, I still look at them as Bullet Club Gold, though. But whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, whatever. So anyway, yeah, this is obviously just a squash match, right? But
yeah.
So they end up winning, and then so like they say that there's Christopher Daniels comes out and he's like,
he says stupid, that, dude.
Yeah, they have to strip the titles because there is no substitute policy in place for the Trios Championship, which I'm quite sure, I'm not going to do it, but I'm quite sure somebody can go back and find an instance of substitution somewhere along the way.
I can tell you 2 teams 100% that have done it, right? But they won't point this out. House of Black is one, and the other one is the Acclaimed with Billy Gunn. So we're going to pretend that shit didn't even happen? And I'm pretty sure the Elite.
Maybe it's a new rule that Christopher Daniels has come up with.
Well, that's irrelevant, Vet, because right after that, he books a match saying the winner of that becomes your trio's freaking champions.
Well, he strips the belts off them, and they're like, "What?" And then Christian comes out with his whole family and decides, "Hey, just give me the belts. Like you took it for it, just give me the belts." And he's like, "No, we're gonna have a match for these belts. Like the winner gets the belts." And then it's like, what's the difference of that or them defending it, really? Like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. It was dumb, but I bet you this is their mindset. They're probably thinking, all right, so we don't, because I guess the patriarchy is going to get these titles. Let's be real. That's what's going to happen, right? So instead of like burying the Bullet Club or the Bang Bang Gang, whatever you want to call them these days, by having them as champions and they lose their belts to these guys, I know what we'll do. Let's strip you guys, and then you're still though going for those belts. Pretty much you're defending, but you're not, if you know what I mean. And you lose that way. I bet you that was their mindset, which is just lazy and stupid, in my opinion.
Yep. I mean, yours and everybody else's probably. I don't think anybody
Yeah,
can defend this. So yeah,
no,
so Juice says, "Well, let's have that match tonight," or whatever. I think it was him that said that.
yeah, it was,
Um,
it was.
and then Christian was like, "Oh, you guys want tonight?" Well, no. So Christian books matches too. Christopher Dan's right there. I guess he could have disagreed if. I guess he agrees with Christian. So yeah. Oh, speaking of
This
the
is
House of
dumb.
Black, they do a little promo here. Well, it's nobody. It's it's
Standard,
it's only when there's nobody, it's Kings of the Black Throne. But when Buddy's
right?
there, they're a whole house. So
That's true.
how can you have how? So again, I'm going to ask this: if you're Kings of the Black Throne, then are you like sitting on each other's laps, or do you sit like on one arm of the throne each? Like, is it big enough that's
Uh,
like a love seat where you can just sit down next to each other? Is it like a wide throne?
that's a good
Um,
question. I
just or
mean,
do you just take turns? It's like, oh, I get the throne today. I get the throne Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You get Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then on Sunday we take the throne off. Like no one sits on it, or is
the
that how it
throne off.
works?
It must. I mean, but I'm more intrigued if they sit on each other's laps or not, though. I
Hmm.
think, that's the real throne when it comes to the kings of the Black Throne. I mean, surely it's got to be the big guy that sits on Alistair Black. I mean, Malachi Black, because they're the kings of the Black Throne. Keep that in mind. So Alistair Black
Yeah.
must be the throne.
Well, the less we say about this, the better. So we also get a little behind the scenes footage of Jeff Jarrett and Martha and Oj and everything about the Owen Hart tournament. So there was a little something there, but it was just a few seconds. Didn't mean much. Then we get Roderick Strong with the Underground Kings versus Dalton with the Outrunners. Oh, Jimmy
Can
T
you hear me,
seems
Vet?
to. I can hear you.
But you can't see me.
Yeah, what's up with the camera here?
Internet, man. That's not the camera. This internet dropping out. Sorry about that.
It's the internet, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, man. I'll try to fix this camera thing while we're talking, but I'm looking at my aerial and saying bad connection. So bear
Oh,
with me, peeps.
all right. Well, as long as we can hear you.
That's true.
Um. Well, while we're looking at that, Aaron is in the comments saying, "How can you take Okada and make him a clown?" I'm surprised Yvette is calm about that. Um. I think I said this. I don't remember how long ago, but you can't make the bad booking stick to Okada. He's always going to get over no matter what you do. So I'm fine with it. It's fine. He's done this kind of stuff before. He's played comedic characters before, or he's shown his propensity for comedy before. So, it's not what I
Meh.
would like to do, but hey. Um.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, Roderick Strong is taking on Dalton Castle, and this match is Ring of Honor as hell. Uh, and Roderick Strong goes on to win, and he's gonna face Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor Championship at Death Before Dishonor. Anything to comment on this match, Jimmy?
Not really. I mean, what's there to say about this match other than the Outrunners made me laugh?
Mm.
They were kind of funny. I mean, I actually like their role as the big boys, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because they're just
Well,
natural clowns, dude. They get it.
right. Well, there's another couple of guys that know how to get over whatever they're doing. So,
Absolutely. I agree.
and they're they're OVW guys, they're Rip Rogers guys. I mean, Truth
And
Magnum was there when I was there.
no
So
shit.
I'm very proud. Yeah, I'm very proud of how far he's come now. Um, and I'm rooting for him every day. But here's another person I'm rooting for every day. and that is Mark Briscoe. So Mark Briscoe does a promo, and all I have to write down is genius. It's a genius promo. It's Mark Briscoe. Come on. What else can you say? Um, and then we get to the Masked Man. Now, this is what Jimmy was going to talk about. They do the vignette where there's like a guy that jumps into a portal and out comes a masked, wrestler or something. Looks very technological. And, they have stuff like holo.gram and like whatever bullshit this computer related, sort of gimmick is. I don't know if he's supposed to be virtual reality or if he is a hologram or what is this deal, but the rumor is that this particular character is going to be played by CMLL's Aramis. So, and even allegedly, I understand that this is a character that Tony's wanted to do at some point for the past 5 years or for all 5 years. And he was looking for the right person to play the part. So this could be one of those, I guess what I'm saying is it's not going to be Aramis, whatever this guy's called. He's not going to be playing the character that he used to play. So this is a very WWE thing to do. You'll be a mask guy, just not the mask guy you were. You'll be the mask guy I want you to be. So we'll see how that shakes out. I've seen a little bit of Aramis. He didn't stick out in my mind per se, but I mean, maybe I could go back and take a look at some stuff and try to pick some stuff out. Hey, Jimmy's back.
I'm using my other camera now. My emergency camera. Sorry about that.
I think your mic is off. I can hear you, but it's not coming through the microphone.
It's coming through the camera. You're
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right now. What about now? Can you hear me?
That's better. Yeah. You tell me, chat. Jimmy sound good now?
Am I clean? Sufficient to clean?
Well, you're not clean, but do you sound clean?
Do I sound clean?
Dirty Jimmy T.
But you were talking about the mask guy.
I was telling them how it was rumored to be Aramis, and that this is an idea that Tony supposedly had for some time, and he's been looking for the guy to do it. So
it's not Sammy Guevara?
I guess not. Who was it that said that? Oh yes, the internet.
Yeah, it wasn't us. I was thinking it's someone else. I wouldn't even surprise me if it was Ricochet, even for whatever reason. But it's not, clearly.
Yeah, he goes in as some guy with hair and a t-shirt and comes out as Ricochet.
That's it. He strips off. It's like gunshots everywhere. Actually, speaking of Ricochet, before we move on, is this all smoke and mirrors with him? Is he going to stay with WWE, you think? Re-sign with them, or actually truly go to AEW?
No, I think he'll go to AEW.
Okay, interesting. I just would have thought that he would have been there practically by now, but I guess not. Ricky Starks in a mask. That would be funny. Imagine that. No, he's jumping to WWE.
Same poses, everything the same, but he just has a mask on.
Just like, was it Mr. America? Remember? It was Hulk Hogan all the way through. I'm not Hogan, brother. But it was. Yeah. That's pretty funny to me.
Good gimmick.
But that was that gimmick.
Yeah, but I guess now this new character is gonna come in saying, "I'm not Aramis, brother." So, hermano. So we'll see how that
hermano.
goes. So Lexi Nair is backstage with Stoke and Stat, and they cut a promo on Willow. And Chris Statlander said something very haunting and frightening to me. She said, "This will never end," and I was like, "Oh, please let it end."
Oh no!
Don't say never gonna end. Oh man!
You make me think of lamb chops the second you said that. Get it? This is the story that doesn't end. Anyway, it goes on and on.
Well, at least this promo ended, but it's too bad because I did like I like Stokely Hathaway. He's a great promo. So we've had a great promo from Mark Briscoe. We had a great promo from Stokely Hathaway, who, you know, Chris Statlander just happened to be standing there and saying things, but the great promo was all Stokes. So good
I
stuff.
will say, I like Statlander in this new gimmick, though. She's better as a heel, even though she sucks, really, either way. But I think she's better suited in this role if they actually push her to be some sort of, chick that you could take seriously that can actually do damage. But they always start and stop with Stat.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to be different than any of the other things, but...
Which you're probably right, unfortunately, for her.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's somebody that only shows up from time to time, Nyla Rose. She's here to take on Ava Lawless. And if you're saying who, then you're not alone. But yeah, I guess she's local to that area, the Calgary area.
She must be from Calgary for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. We don't get a lot of Calgary indies down here that I can watch, so not familiar. But it's just a get over for Nyla Rose, and we'll see why shortly after. But then first we're going to do a recap of the Owen Hart men's finals and everything that happened there. So, of course, Hangman Page did not win, just like I said he wouldn't.
Thank God I thought of you, man. I'm like, oh, thank God he's right.
Yeah,
I was wrong. I wanted to be wrong, believe me. With that, I really did want to be wrong, but I was grateful, man. But that match drained my life on Dynamite. That went so long, dude. I was like, nah, I'm done. I stopped watching the show, pretty much. I was like, nah, fuck this. It was way too long.
Match?
Was it? Well, I stopped. Nah, I can't remember. I did watch most of the show. There was a match that put me off the show, though, and I thought it was that. But anyway, could be wrong.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah. So I said that they would never dare to do Hangman versus Swerve again. Certainly not the main event of their biggest show. So I was proven correct, I guess. But then again, maybe I only had a 50-50 chance. Maybe they actually did have to think about it. Who knows? But it just seems so obvious to me not to do it. And then, so that happened. And then we get but as you see, because this is like maybe the third recap they've done. So what they're doing is, like we've been talking about, Jimmy, week after week, Collision, Dynamite, Rampage are all trying to direct you to continue watching the three shows. Like keep watching them because they all have to do with each other. So regardless of whether you like it or care, that is the goal of the wrestling programming. You want to keep seeing every show.
And like we said last week, I'll give them an A for trying. They're trying. Whether they're executing it right, that's another story.
They're doing the right sort of thing,
right.
It's not always it's the pieces and the players that aren't always as exciting as we would like.
Right.
So,
exactly.
But yeah, I remember I was listening to I don't know, whatever Jim Cornette, where he was talking about is like, why would they put angles or direct you to watch the shows that nobody's watching? And I was like, did you seriously just say that? You, of all people? That's the reason why they're doing it, because nobody's watching. They want people to watch. So you tell them, hey, go watch this. You could see this on this show. What are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to say, nobody's watching it, so let's not put anything on it. Let's just give up. Like, of course they're going to try to get you to watch the show. That's the whole point of shows.
Have you noticed lately Cornette's been a little off with some of his statements, if you know what I mean?
I think the wrestling business has broken his brain.
100%. I've noticed, though, he's been off lately, man, on a few things. But like you said, the wrestling business has totally, wrecked his brain, literally.
Yeah. So, all right. So next we have Top Flight, and it's only Top Flight. because Action
It's
Andretti
not
is just
action.
there as an observer.
Yeah. Right.
Versus Shane Taylor Promotions' team of Anthony Ogogo and Lee Moriarty. And I guess that this is only this match because on Rampage it was a trios match with all three against all three. But and actually Shane Taylor pinned somebody.
Oh, wow.
So that's amazing.
Wow.
But that ain't gonna be tonight. Tonight, Dad Bod Darius hits that F5 thing or whatever, and on Lee Moriarty and gets a pin on him. So Tyga style, it was we hardly knew ye. And
I hate this. I feel bad for him again. I mean, come on, give him something, man. Like, I want to see these guys in a program. They're not even cutting promos really anymore. Like proper promos, not backstage ones. I'm talking about in the ring promos, man. Give him something of, to look forward to actually do something, but they won't.
They're getting promos on the floor camera, picking it up on the mic. Shane Taylor yelling at him because guess what? As usual, Shane Taylor Promotions loses, but they get their heat back afterwards. They get their heat
101. Heat back. More like they get their heat.
Yeah.
On their back, like literally.
Don't worry, guys. You'll end up on top. It was like, well, then why don't you let us win the match then? If we're going out on top, then why don't you let us also win? Like, what about that? But no.
And it's also from the company that apparently says, and I use that term lightly, that wins and losses actually matter in AEW. Could have fooled me.
No, I guess getting your heat back matters.
They should have a shirt at the back. Heat back. Like Ryback. That should be the new tag team. Shane Taylor and some other big dude. Heat back.
What do you think? Okay, so in the first match it was Takeshita and Dynamite, and then there was a beatdown afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
There was no beatdown on the Jobber match.
No,
there was no beatdown on Dalton Castle, right?
No.
But there's a beatdown here, so we're like 50% beatdowns after matches so far.
50%. At least they didn't do it like last week where everyone was doing the same shit, if you remember.
Right.
Remember that? Literally every match practically was a carbon copy, man. So at least they realized something and they tried, to do things look and seem differently. What annoys me about this show, the last 2 weeks, I know last week we weren't that positive about it, but on paper, it was a pretty strong card when you think about it, right? The week before wasn't as strong, but it was a great show. Like, we both gave it an A, which is rare. Extremely rare.
We gave it an S. S for Stephanie.
Oh, yeah, you gave it an S for Stephanie. Yeah, right. But then we go to the third week now, and we've gone below Rampage sort of status with his show, the way it's been booked so far. Really, this is a mid-card show, if that doesn't scream one. 2 hours of mid-carders going at it.
Well, you had a guy named Michael Allen Richard Clark. I mean,
seriously.
Is that a Wembley main eventer to you?
Oh, screams Wembley main event. See? Wembley main event, just like the 4 names the other guys got.
Well, almost on cue with Candace Spaceman's comment, Deonna Purrazzo is backstage with Lexi. No wine anywhere, don't worry. But she's doing her thing, and then Rosa interrupts, and Rosa's got a hat. And next week she wants to challenge Deonna to a lumberjack match.
Isn't it lumberjill at this point?
That's not what she said.
That's not what she said, huh? No, well, cool. I couldn't care less. Honestly, no. It's a shame. I like Deonna Purrazzo, man.
We could see the entire women's division in one place.
Oh, we could.
Do you think Mercedes Moné is going to be a lumberjack?
Hell no.
Oh.
She ain't going to be no lumberjack. She's a CEO. Why is she going to be? But if she is, which she's not, believe me, I will almost bet a house that she wouldn't be on there. But if she was, everyone should beat her down if she is in that match by the end of it. Everybody. Yep, I said it.
Oh, all right. Well, there you have it from Jimmy T. Well, speaking of Mercedes, Nyla is with Lexi backstage, and she says that, Mercedes got an open challenge to everybody except the dentist. And last I checked, I ain't knocking nobody's teeth out or taking nobody's teeth out or something like that. I don't know. She said a lot of stuff, but she basically answered the open challenge. I love Nyla Rose's promo. Like, she's a hilarious promo, and they don't do that enough. She only pops up like once in a while, but I don't know why. I mean, it's not like they're in Oklahoma every single week. So, like, why doesn't she be on the show more?
I know, it's like she's banned from the rest of the US.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, don't just drag Nyla Rose out whenever you need to put somebody over. Like,
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Don't just drag Nyla Rose out.
Hey,
but
you did
no,
that. I didn't.
No, I did. I'm taking the blame. But no. But for real, I've always said they should lean into that character, though. That she's not, a proper female, and she's there to eat every female alive. I think she would be so over if they just said it straight out, where she just takes down every bitch. Remember how she used to say that? She'd call everyone a bitch, you know what I mean? Like, I guess Jay Cargill does. But still, yeah, just like Kazuchika Okada does. Bitches and bitch is the gimmick in AEW.
Can I help you?
But I love that shirt, man. I'm not going to lie. I do like that. And AEW usually don't have good shirts, but that one, I'll give it a thumbs up for that.
Might have to pick yourself up one. What do you think the shipping is to
I might.
Australia?
Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to look that up right now out of curiosity.
Probably costs more than the shirt.
What's up with that? Sometimes it doesn't though, dude. But because I've bought a heap of stuff from the US.
Right, well, while you're looking that up, we're getting the return of somebody we haven't had on the menu in a while, Jimmy, because it's Dark Sky.
Oh, yes.
With a white hat, apparently. What is it with all these damn hats? Is it just because it's Calgary, everybody wears a cowboy hat?
Yes.
They don't do this shit when they're all in Texas. Everybody doesn't wear a cowboy hat.
I mean, honestly, up until Canadian Stampede, the pay-per-view back in 97, I think it was, I didn't know Calgary were known for cowboys. I always thought Texas.
Yeah, they are. Well, the Calgary Stampede is an event that wrestling event was named
after.
I mean,
exactly. It was a bull riding convention, whatever the fuck was going on back then.
And apparently Dark Sky was a big fan of it because she has a hat. But she's all white with a white hat. So is she really Dark Sky, or do we have to start calling her Sky Blue again? Or Sky White?
She's Sky White, yeah.
Yeah. Or Cloud or Cloud Sky or
Cloud Sky.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I like it.
I don't know, but anyway, she's facing Harley Cameron. Harley Cameron is not wearing a hat, but Saraya is wearing a black hat.
I love Harley Cameron though, man. I'm not gonna lie. She makes me laugh.
Even though we've seen Dark Sky as a vicious heel, aligned with the Julia Harts of the world and the House of Black by proxy or whatever, and she's been a heel, and then all of a sudden now they're telling us, nope, she has a white hat, so she's I guess a good guy, and Soraya's wearing the hat. She's a bad guy.
I guess that's how it goes in AEW. But can I tell you something, Vet? I know it's kind of a little off subject.
You're not allowed to tell me anything, Jimmy. I'm the authority here.
Well, I'm going to say it anyway. But I am on the AEW website right now, and honestly, I've never looked at it properly. Dude, they're desperate for fucking making money over anything. For example, they've got the Mariah May turns on Tony Storm, AEW Dynamite memorable moments art that you can buy, where it shows her bleeding and Mariah May sort of hugging her, if you know what I mean, for $24.99.
What is this? Like a painting you hang up or something?
It doesn't look like a paint. It just looks like a 10x4.
Is this an ad? Are we talking about
I swear to God
again?
Dude, you can even buy Danielson winning the Owen Hart Foundation tournament with Jeff Jarrett, pointing at him and raising his arm for $24.99.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bargain.
You know what you should buy, and you'll love this 100%. I even like it. Yeah, you. It is the Kazuchika Okada AEW 2024 Summer Series beach towel.
Oh, the beach towel.
$29.99.
You know, I
Looks
really
cool.
considered getting one of those Rainmaker beach towels.
I'm
And then I
telling you, it
realized,
looks
hey,
good.
wait a minute, I never go to the beach, so I never
You're
did.
in California and you never go to the beach?
I mean, yeah, I go to the beach all the time. I basically live at the beach. I'm actually podcasting from the beach. I have to tell everybody around me to be quiet and keep it down when I'm doing the show.
Well, then again, I'm in Australia and I haven't been to the beach in quite a while. That's weird.
Shut up,
Anyway.
beaches.
Oh, man.
So we were talking about dark sky. But
Yes.
she's not that dark. So she's just
No.
sky. She's sky blue, cloud sky, whatever.
Cloud sky.
Look, whatever about that. Here's my question. No matter who's babyface or heel or what the deal is or where the Calgary or hats or anything, I have a question for everyone. It's open to everyone. It might be rhetorical though. So I don't know if I could get an answer. Why am I watching Harley Cameron offense? And why am I watching people sell it?
It's a good question because it's AEW. I mean, I have no idea
Todd
why.
Brantley is not here at the moment. We cannot accept that answer. At what point did she become I'm going to take over 90% of this match and get a lot of heat on chicks instead of just like the background comic relief, quote unquote, hot chick who raps Eminem verses on the side? Like, why is she now like brutally beating the shit out of Cloud Sky here?
That's a good question. I don't know, but I think I don't know why. I look, she's amusing to me. She can't wrestle for shit, but she's amusing, and not because she's Australian. She just cracks me up. I think she's a fun-loving type of girl to be around, if you know what I mean. But I have no idea when it comes to her wrestling. Yeah, she shouldn't even. I don't know, man. I didn't even know she was in WWE at one stage, actually, Vet.
At what stage?
She was in NXT a few years ago, apparently.
Ugh.
Yeah. And why? Can I ask you another question? When you ordered your Kazuchika or Cut Up Shut Up Bitches shirt, I didn't realize this, but geez, the options that AEW give you. What shirt did you pick? Did you pick a basic unisex thicker cotton t-shirt or a standard soft style unisex t-shirt or a premium soft unisex t-shirt? There's all sorts of different friggin' options, Vet. These
I picked
ridiculous.
the soft style
Soft
because I have enough heavy t-shirts. So.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put that out of curiosity. Why do they give you all these options? WWE doesn't.
Maybe they should.
Maybe they should. It's interesting though. All right, I'm adding
the
it to
WWE
cart.
t-shirts are all like that heavy ass cotton, but then again, WWE also has, well, I don't know about that.
They don't. Not the last time I ever got anything off them.
No, I guess they don't.
And guess
And
what?
like when I got the Hook shirt, when the Hook shirt first came out, you know, they had t-shirt options, but I went with the long sleeve option because I have plenty of I don't need t-shirts.
Yeah, and I've got a million of them too.
But I got the long sleeve one just to have a different type of shirt. So that was an interesting option. So, you know, AEW's got a little something going on there in the merch thing.
Well, no, they don't actually, as a matter of fact, because now that I went to order it, guess what come up? Sold out, dude.
We don't ship to your country?
No. Actually, if you look in the top left corner, the second you go to their website, it says shopping internationally. It shows the England flag, or the UK flag, the Canada flag, Australia, and Japan. So we must be one of their top markets, clearly.
They only send to the wrestling countries.
That's it. No shit. We ship internationally, and they show those 4 flags. Come on, bro. I mean, seriously, do you really ship internationally? Come on. Yeah, it's only to those countries.
So what did come up then?
Just that it's sold out. I can't buy it. You must have got the last one.
The Okada shirt?
I swear to you, dude, it says sold out. Unless I go a different size, I'll see a large and see what happens. Come on. Nah, sold out, dude. Again.
Oh my goodness.
I swear I'm disappointed now, dude.
That's
That's bullshit. You must have literally got the last one. Yeah.
Can I help you?
I'm telling you, you got the last one, bro.
That's it. No, I got the first one.
Or the first one.
That's right.
I just want to get, but I want to know the shipping. So I want to get one more shirt. I'm just going for any random shirt.
All right. Well, you do that. Basically, Sky wins with the dark submission. Even the announcers were like, I don't never seen that before. And Nigel was trying to come up with some name for it, but yeah. So like basically what happened was Harley Cameron beat the shit out of Sky Blue for like 7 minutes, and then Sky Blue put a hold on her and she tapped. It was weird.
It was weird. And it sucked. Really. Other than Harley Cameron screaming the whole time. Yeah.
That's not over with me.
No, not at all. Oh, get this, vet. Shipping is only $6
to Australia. Even that's
to Australia. Good. Yeah, that's fucking good. Very good, actually. I'm actually quite impressed. Thank you, AEW.
Yep, and your Claudio Castagnoli shirt is on its way. Plenty of those left.
That will never happen.
Plenty left.
Well, actually, I clicked on the MJF shirt, his latest one. Oh, Zane, I forgot to acknowledge you. I acknowledge you right now. There you go.
We didn't forget.
Yeah.
Don't speak for me.
I saw your comment earlier, Zane, but you know.
So we got a recap of Samoa Joe's hospitalization. Isn't it crazy what it takes to hospitalize somebody from AEW? In an angle?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that anybody can get hospitalized off like slipping on a banana peel or something, but like, you know, what did he put Samoa Joe on a forklift and drive him through a wall, and that got him carried out?
That's what happened. He put him through a wall on a forklift.
Mm-hmm.
Really? And you know what's dumb about this angle? This is what killed him, dude. This sent him to hospital. Realistically, if you're on a forklift, right? No shit. And he was kind of pretty in on the forklift. You can put anything through a friggin' wall and it won't even touch you.
Right. The forks hit before you do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Again, I'm sorry. I know maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I'm sorry. I look at it from a realism perspective here, right?
Oh, don't do that. Hey, speaking of which, as G-Ball says Hobbs, that reminds me. If you didn't order your Claudio shirt yet, it may not be too late to get a big black and jacked shirt.
Or lost instead of jacked at this point. It should be like a milk carton fucking version of the shirt where, you know, wanted, not dead or alive, or, I mean, missing. That's just it. Missing, Hobbs' face is on it, bang. That's money.
Well, he's gonna sit that injury out as long as he can. He's gonna milk that injury.
I see. Now I see what you really did there.
Hey,
nice. Very well played.
All right. Hey. Well, speaking of well played, so so dark Sky. She's back to being dark because she's talking about all these bitches that need to give her respect. And
respect.
She says, she's like, I guess I have to challenge like one of the greatest women's champions of all time or whatever. So Hikaru Shida next week, I challenge you to a match. She didn't sound too excited about it, but
yeah, well, as she shouldn't be, because you know.
But she's right back to being dark.
So no more Angel or Cloud. Cloud. Okay, true.
Give me respect, bitches.
Oh well, it lasted. It was good while it lasted. Oh well.
Yeah. I prefer my Sky dark, but
extremely.
She can wear white as long as she acts dark.
Oh man. Again, you know, why put her on the shelf when at one stage she was getting, and again, I'm using inverted commas here, over in AEW. Now she's an afterthought. I don't think anyone cares anymore about.
Well, I'm sure they would. I mean, they'll care again.
Well, hopefully. Is she still with Cole Fletcher, by the way?
I
You
don't
know,
know.
how the hell did he pick her up? Seriously, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
He's got a bowl in his fucking head for
He's
crying out
tall
loud.
and Australian.
But his haircut is just bad, bro.
It's really bad. I know.
It's fucking bad. That's what kids used to have back in freaking elementary school.
And remember, he had to get it because Will Ospreay stole his haircut. You know, just like Deanna stole Crowbar's gimmick. Like Will Ospreay did the haircut, and now Kyle Fletcher had to get a different haircut.
Well, they are best friends. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's true. They actually are best friends.
Yeah, it probably didn't take too much convincing, but
God, can you imagine
he's
them
like,
two
bruv,
talking?
I want to do the middle part,
Yeah.
bruv.
Nah, bruv. Please, bruv. Fuck that, man. And Kyle Fletcher's got the most annoying voice because he's got a real high pitch, especially with an Aussie accent and a high pitch voice. That's a bad combination, Vent.
He looks like, dude, he seriously looks like if you stretched out a child. Like if you stretched a child out to like a ridiculous height and injected him with all kind of steroids and stuff, but he's still like 9. Like that's what he's like.
Dude, his balls, the way when he talks, it seems like his balls are like shriveled up, bro. Like for real. I mean, and he's still young. Maybe he shouldn't get onto the fucking, gas. He's too young to be hitting the gas.
Too late. He's on it. Cold Blooded says, I forgot how she became Dark Sky in the first place. Well, you see,
she got spat on.
Yeah. You remember Julia was misting everybody.
She got hot by Julia Hart.
She misted Julia misted Willow. She misted Sky, and like the infection spread. And then Willow actually was able to make a full recovery. She like, squinted really hard and the infection like sort of gave up. Willow tapped the infection out, but
somehow
it overtook Sky Blue, and then she became Dark Sky.
Haktua by Julia. I like that. Sounds like a good fragrance, Alan. Dark fragrance.
It's a TNA gimmick.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're with the other Kyle. We're not talking about Kyle Fletcher anymore. We're talking about Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy versus Tall Ace Austin with Mickey Mouse gloves, or he would be, except for their dark gloves. Like he doesn't have the white Mickey Mouse gloves. He's got the black ones now. And his tag team partner, guy with backwards hat and the wife. And of course, Roderick Strong's going to be on commentary. If these guys are out there, Strong's on the microphone. Do you have any comment on this match whatsoever? Because I do not.
I tapped out at this point.
You're basically
got up.
By putting this match on, you're asking me, you're saying, Vet, please don't pay any attention. Look away from your phone. It's like the opposite of the power of the phone. Like I'm
Just
watching this on my phone, and they want me to turn it. They want me to turn it away. Which I kind of did. So then at the end, I could see that Roderick Strong did the jump up spot, and then Tomohiro Ishii came out, and then he took care of Roderick Strong and ran him off, and then Trent came out of nowhere and he attacked Orange. And then they give Orange the spike pile driver in the ring. Or no, they give Kyle the spike pile driver in the ring. And then Orange Cassidy goes nuts and gets a giant wrench and hits Trent from behind with this comically large wrench. That it's like a plumber's pipe wrench that was just sitting at ringside, because you know how you need to fix the plumbing at any given wrestling event. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I was going to say maybe for the turnbuckles, but yeah,
that's not what they use for the they don't use pipe wrenches for the turnbuckles.
Yeah, they use that spinning thing, whatever the fuck it is. But yeah.
But anyway, so he killed Trent with a pipe wrench, and then as the Underground Kings were running up the ramp, Tomohiro Ishii clotheslined both of them. So the new best friends are standing tall, and then they end the show. Before we, we'll just close the show out and then we'll go back, Jimmy. But the last thing they show is the sort of like a recap / promo of MJF and Ospreay and all that, the stuff and the things with the Daniel Garcia and the whatnot and the Snavets. Yeah. And then
it's garbage only because of MJF, the way they turned him heel again. I just can't get into it. You know what I mean? But whatever.
Right. Yeah. Again, he did like MJF always does a good promo, but again, if we're looking at, that's a la carte take. Now we're saying like Yes, in the vacuum, MJF is good at doing a promo, and he was good in that promo. But
Right.
the whole
This is the
idea
part.
of it, it's like he does the same, like, oh, it was all the fans' fault. And yes, it made sense, or he tried to make sense, but that's him trying to make sense of something that's senseless. So he did his best. He made all the lemonade and chicken salad that he could, but we can still taste the ingredients. So nice try, kid. But
Nice
anyway,
try,
yeah,
but
that's
no
the end of the
cigar.
show. But did you want to go back to the comical pipe wrench, or
Uh, I wanted to bring up about Tomohiro Ishii.
let's talk about him. He's my
I
favorite.
forgot to mention earlier, which I probably should have, but I forgot to. But he's going to be in AEW for a lot longer than you think, actually, Vet. I don't know if you know this.
Probably just a month while the G1's going on.
Yeah, the way Tony Khan announced it, though, it was like he was going to be there longer than that. But you're right. It's probably because of the G1. He's not in it. So he's going to be, in AEW
Good.
for the whole month, which is great. Yeah, absolutely.
Good, a new menu item.
A new menu item. What do they do with it? Who knows? Time will tell. But
Well,
I think
put him with
DK actually loves this
Orange
shit.
Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly. It's the ultimate
I know,
team.
but it makes sense with Orange because of Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyle O'Reilly, I'm not too sure what to think. Like, these three together just seem a bit off.
Perfect. The odd
Perfection.
trio.
The old trio. And the wrench. There was something else I forgot, though. There was a comment I was going to make about that, but I totally forgot.
I just recently watched the clip from 1998 when, remember when Kane hit Vader with that big-ass fake wrench?
And a bent, like fully bent. Are you talking about that one?
Bend, it was like a piece of foam. It was like a foam wrench. So it was already misshapen from the get-go. It didn't even... You can't bend a piece of foam.
It was the one where the silver one, right? They had it painted silver.
Yeah, they
I
zoomed
remember
in
that,
on it, and they didn't have to zoom in on it. They
it was
could've
like this. It was like, I remember
you
that.
Go back
stupid.
and watch it. It was ridiculous, but yeah, I just recently saw that comically large wrench. Like, I literally yesterday, watching the clip, and then of course the Vader promo from the rematch or whatever, where he's like a big fat piece of shit or whatever. That's always good to drag out every once in a while. But so yeah, so we go from that, and then all of a sudden, on later that night on Collision, here's Orange Cassidy with a big ass wrench clocking Trent. So I guess because Trent is actually shoot injured again, this is like an angle to get rid of him. So a little
that's what I was meant to
babyface
say.
heat, unhinged Orange.
Unhinged Orange. Do you like this unhinged version of Orange Cassidy?
What do I what?
Do you like this unhinged version of OJ? Or sorry, OC?
Well, I mean, all I've seen is him just holding a wrench. I don't know
Well,
what that.
You haven't noticed
Do I
another
like him
thing
holding
then.
a wrench? Sure, why not? I guess.
Well, if you've
I need
noticed,
to see a little more though. I need to see where this is going.
have you noticed his attire has gotten a little darker?
Oh,
Yeah. Did you notice that shit?
Orange.
Yeah, that's not a
Chocolate
nice orange. Chocolate orange. That's not bad. Not bad.
Dark
When you get those
orange.
dark chocolate orange. Well, yeah, no shit. His attire has gone from that washed out jean jean look to the dark blue look. Yeah.
Interesting.
I noticed that.
Interesting.
I noticed that. I'm onto
like
it.
this.
So does it lead to black jeans? And then he goes fully dark. Is that a possibility? See, AEW is good at doing those little things. Darker attire means darker persona in AEW.
It could be time. It could be time.
Just not Vader time, but unfortunately.
No, he got hit with a wrench. He's gone.
He got hit with the wrench. But Liz says
he and Trent are together in heaven. Trent died from this wrench shot.
and he will be gone for a long time till he gets reincarnated.
Yeah.
But Liz says, dark rinse. Oh, see.
Right.
I like it. Oh man, I swear if they do that, if his jeans start getting darker and darker every week, I'll piss myself laughing though, for real.
Then
'Cause
your
it's
jeans
their
will
way
get
of-
darker and darker.
Yeah, my jeans, no, but for real, it's like that's their way of psychology. It's Dark
Hey,
psychology.
hey, man, I'm fine with it. You know, we've seen at this point we've seen kind of the extent of Orange Cassidy, so now this will be like a new dimension. Dark
Oh,
dimension.
Dark Dimension. That sounds all right, actually. Dark
Yeah,
Dimension OC. Sounds like a
Dark
TV show.
It's like isn't that like a Dormammu from Marvel Comics type? Dark dimension.
OC.
Yeah, it's
Gonna
something
have
like
to
you
be
would trap
OC.
Doctor Strange in or something.
Something like that. I mean, it's even stranger than Stranger Things.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
here
like
for
it.
it. So we'll see where they go. But we got Ishii, we got Orange, we got Dark Sky, we got all kind of stuff.
But just
This
nothing on
was
the a la carte menu this week, though, really, Vet. That's the problem.
No, I'm still hungry. I'm definitely still hungry.
I'm starving, dude. Straight up.
Let me go back and look. Well, I'll ask you what grade would you give this? And while you're thinking
You already
about
know
that,
my answer.
double check here.
There's not much. I mean, there's a couple of your items, but is it really your items, though, Vet?
Mark Briscoe promo.
Oh, yes. That's definitely your item.
Outrunners.
2, 3, if you want to include because they're a team.
Stokely Hathaway.
There's 4.
Nyla Rose promo.
5.
That's what I think.
I'm including the tag team here as 2 different
okay.
entities here.
2 entities, okay.
Right.
Dark Sky.
That's 6 now.
And yeah. And Tomohiro Ishii appearance.
So there's 7. What about the Bang Bang Gang? But no Jay White. That's
no
the
Jay
problem.
White. So no,
Right,
I'm not interested in any of those guys without Jay White.
Come on. You can't be serious. Mr. King of 24.
The king of trolling 24.
That's trolling, 100%. For me, there wasn't... I'll include the Bang Bang Gang on there, even though no Jay White. For me, that was part of my, cart.
Well, they're all in good shape and glistening, so...
Definitely glistening. Tomohiro Ishii is the other one. Man, there's a lot that I just didn't like. So, yeah, okay, it's Dark Sky, just because we say it. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, we get
no,
to say
really. We get to say it, so that's good enough for me. Yeah, I don't know, man. My cart was pretty empty, really, to be honest.
If you like hats, we had at least like 3, 4 10-gallon hats.
And Mark Briscoe's promo was pretty good, actually. So you can add that. But that's it. That's it.
Amazing.
That's it for me. So in saying that, if I had to give this a rating, it's got to be another D. They love Ds in AEW, especially Collision, especially after going from a semi-strong AEW Dynamite. And when I say that, I'm talking about from their eyes, not mine. I'm just saying what they think and feel. We went from that to just total garbage in many ways. So a D for me, Vet.
All right. I'm going to give it a C- only because all those same things that you said, which bring it up to, like a D+. And then what pushed it over the edge is they did try to tie back to Dynamite 3 times.
Okay, you can add that.
Interested in the next thing. So from that technical
that's why it's
aspect,
a D.
Yeah, from that technical aspect, they did it well. But even all those items, those a la carte items, they're very small portions. Like very very small portions. Even the Mark Briscoe promo, like, it was good, and I would have even taken an extra 30 seconds to a minute on that. I wouldn't have minded. So. Just things like that. It was just too bite-sized.
Yeah, fun-sized little candies,
I'm still hungry,
bro.
And that's why I'll give it a C-, but it's like a really weak C-. It's dangerously close to a D+.
Yeah, that's why mine's just straight D. Again, Wolf was though saying D for dark. Dark. I like that. Mr. Aaron Ben Schneider, if you follow the vet suggestion, then it wouldn't be an A for crying out loud. Come on, man.
Well, he's claiming that he had enough of his items there, so
Yeah, that's good.
who am I to argue? If he had a full menu, then, and I'm sure other people did. I'm sure people loved a lot of the stuff that they saw in here, but for me, just still hungry, just a little bit hungry. It's like seeing pictures of food. Like you go in there, you see all the pictures on the menu, and then they tell you they're sold out of everything, just like the Okada "Shut Up Bitches" shirt.
Well, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
God, man, that's so disappointing.
Jimmy's hungry and cold now. He doesn't have a t-shirt and he's hungry.
Jeez.
So
I wonder how long it takes him to restock, man, with that. But obviously, it must be popular.
You should be able to be added to a waiting list. Like you should be emailed to be notified when it comes back in.
I know, but they told me to shut up, bitches.
Oh. Don't listen to them.
But no shit, you had to have taken at least the last 4 or 5 shirts. Got it for sure. 100%.
I only have one shirt.
It could have been the last shirt. I'm actually quite curious about that, man. I mean, you just got it, what, like a week ago? Not even yet.
Whenever I posted that or sent you that picture. No,
it was about 4 days ago. Yeah, it was about 4 days ago, say, maybe 3 even.
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't even had it for that long. You had to get the last shirt. 100%. I'm convinced.
Well, whoever shirt it was, I got it. Because I didn't hesitate. You saw me order it live here on the air, and now you've seen the debut live here on the air.
I'm jelly now. I would have got
sold
it right
out.
now, but sold out. Maybe I'll get it.
But I heard Okada was just a waste of money, and that nobody likes him, and nobody cares, and his booking is bad, and he's not over, and all these other things. I heard that, but his shirt is sold out. That's weird.
Well, funny enough, he gets one of the biggest pops every time he comes out. Really, I mean. It's
and he's got a big match on Dynamite against Swerve, so how are they going to do that?
This is again bad friggin' booking for me, man. Why do they continue to do this? And when I say bad booking, like, was this match necessary?
No.
So why book
it? It is like, what is this, the 250th episode? So I can see them wanting to have a decent match on there. I assume it's probably going to be some sort of a fuck finish or like a DQ or something, so
is this where Hangman becomes all elite for the elite, not wrestling side of things officially again?
Maybe.
I can see that.
Like they can make it look like Swerve's about to win, and then Hangman comes in and
fuck shit up.
Yeah, I could see that. That's probably because you don't want either guy to lose. You don't want to beat either one.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be a schmaltz finish with this, 100%. So we'll see. But that's how predictable they are too, Vet. That's the bad thing.
That's fine. Well, since it's a work, we can at least watch a few minutes of good wrestling first.
Well, hopefully. And it will be. It'll be a great match. No doubt about it. It'll be a shitty finish and everyone's going to be disappointed. But no doubt. Have they faced each other before? I don't think they have, Vet.
Not to my knowledge.
Well, you know what? That's something to look forward to. As a matter of fact, I will watch Dynamite this week just for that match alone. Because I'm actually looking forward to it. It's a clash of styles. And it's something new. I won't go as far and say it's a dream match. But it's a match that will get my interest. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we got something to look forward to. And we already graded the show. And we talk about Stephanie for 20 minutes. And
maybe longer.
There's not much left to do.
No, you know what? We are going a little earlier than usual, it seems, which is cool. I mean, we're still giving you 2 hours, essentially, folks. Let's be real. I mean, it's still a long time. But not your usual 2.5 hours that we roughly go for on, pretty much we're on point. Usually we go for about 2:20 every week. But there's every, odd show where we do go an hour and a half to 2 hours. And it's only because there's not as much to talk about it.
That's my goal.
But really, that's the goal. For me, an hour 30 is the goal. No shit.
I think those times when we go way over, it's because we just got a lot of stuff that we need to cover, and we like to get in depth about some of those conversations. So, but anyway, let's not go into talking about talking. Let's let's end the show now.
Well, in saying that, Vet, since you said that, tell them what you're doing and where they can find you, man. You just tell you to shut up, bitches.
Can I help you? Yes, you can find me at Opinion Haver on all your favorite social media platforms. That can include on Hameen Media Group. You can find me on the Impact Attack every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern with Brandon, LG Brandon Whoop. And if you want to hear us talk about TNA, then that's the place to do it. And no, I'm not talking about Dark Sky. I'm talking about total nonstop action. And, they've been doing a lot of crossovers with NXT. So you're probably like, well, Vet, what do you think about this crossover with NXT? And you can find out what I think about the crossover with NXT every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on the Next Level Wrestling Review. This week starring Jimmy T. That's right. Jimmy T is filling in for Big Ray this week as Big Ray's enjoying his vacation in the DR with his lovely wife, and they're having fun and not watching NXT. So we'll torture ourselves and watch NXT. Will we have something to believe in? Will Joe Hendry reappear? Like, you just never know who's going to show up.
Well,
and,
say his name and he'll appear.
That's right. That's where you can find us this Wednesday. And then if you want to talk about something, let's say you need something to do on Friday, right? Clearly, you want to be a part of Wrestling with Rip Rogers at their concrete time, except this week, I think they're on a Thursday. So you're just going to have no choice but to go to the Wrestling with Rip Rogers YouTube channel, subscribe, and then hit the notification bell so that no matter when their time is concrete, you will know when they've gone live, and you can just jump right in, and you could say, hey, Rip, I have a question. What was it like working in the Florida territory, or whatever else bullshit questions you want to ask? You can ask them every week for an hour. Rip Rogers and Von Lilas. So you can do that there. What about Stevie Richards? He's got the Stevie Richards show, episode 3. We're 3 episodes in. He's talking about stuff like that humongous issue there with the referee, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, and all that stuff. He's breaking it down with the whiteboard, trying to figure out what went wrong, what to do. He's giving you all that. And that's just one aspect of the weekly 2-hour show. So give Stevie Richards a look. And then, of course, you can follow him at all his usual Stevie Richards Fitness. You can, his wife's channel, whatever. Everybody just follow Stevie Richards. He's not a hard guy to find. Okay. All right. And then finally, JTG's YouTube channel. He's got his YouTube channel, and he is also answering questions this week. He answers your questions. So if you want to hear him answer some fan questions, the ones that he gets asked the most, then you'll want to check out his YouTube channel and see his most recent video, along with other videos that he's done, like his biggest regret in WWE, or 5 things that'll get you heat, or many other interesting videos. Those are on the short side. Stevie Richards' show is a little bit on the long side. JTG's videos are a little bit on the short side, and then Rip Rogers Live is like a medium side. So, you got those 3 different choices, but hopefully you'll be entertained by all of them. Jimmy?
Absolutely, you'll be entertained by all of them. So go check all them out. And Stevie, he also talks about the infamous Goldberg kick to Bret Hart. And if that was Bill Goldberg's fault.
2, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, there's a new snippet about it also. Like, he does
those there's like 20-minute or shorter videos that they clip.
Or 2-hour
ones. Those
are
from the full episode. So if you listen to the full episode, you've already heard it.
Absolutely. But if you want to find me on the X, you can at DJ MassFX, and also at the PWC Network. But most importantly, like and subscribe right here at channelattitude.com. Where for $5, not only do you get the realest, but the best talk in all of pro wrestling, like the vet suggested. You also get Stevie on channelattitude.com, just not his fitness stuff or his channel, but he talks Raw and SmackDown with Vince Russo and Bin Hamin, and that's it. It's them 3 usually talking Raw and SmackDown every week, and not to mention all the countless other names and other characters that are also part of this network. I mean, just go and check it out. $5 is all you need. That's why if you didn't catch Smack Attack, well, you lose. So in saying that, I am Jimmy T. That is the vet Jamie Williams. And you've been listening and watching the HMG Saturday Night Shut Up Bitches show. Now, that wreckage right here on channelattitude.com via Hamid Media Group. And we're out. Till Wednesday. Peace.
Can I help you?